You know, I always hear a lot of music artists speaking on how shady the record industry is in terms of the contracts that artists sell or artists sign with different record labels. And for the most part, and you'll hear a lot of artists say this too, that they didn't understand the contract. They didn't read through the contract. They didn't have a lawyer present. Or they understood what they were signing and still signed it because they needed the money, which is totally understandable, but it all goes back to the record company being, or the record industry, music industry being shady. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, for me, some of the experiences that I went through in the tech industry, specifically with website builders, going back to the late 90s, all the way up through damn near 2000, well for me it was 2018. That's when I ran into or was introduced to the company who actually built FashComp, the mobile application. But before then, oh man, you talk about a journey, man, for a street guy. I'm a street guy. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I'm a money getting street guy. I was getting money on the streets. So I had a lot of wolves around me. If I had any issues, they would take care of the issues. I started branching or venturing into the tech industry soon as the internet really became available to the marketplace. Taking it back to when eBay exploded on the scene. That's when I first got into the tech game. I first started getting my first website built was when Facebook exploded onto the scene. Back when Mark Zuckerberg was really, well, Facebook was really just on college campuses. It was marketed towards college campus as a way of communicating for college students. But it quickly became available to the masses. And that's what piqued my interest in getting website built and start dealing with different, website builders, man. I had this one dude, lived in a neighborhood. He used to do graphic design work for everybody. Did graphic design work for me too. Everything was smooth until he was offering or promoting his services as a website builder. So okay, you're a website builder, awesome doing graphic designs. So I built websites too. So me and him started the process of getting my website built. And I was explaining to him in layman's details. This wasn't in website terminology or technical terminology because I didn't have any background, and that was a mistake. Now that I look back on it, all the trials and tribulations I went through with dealing with these website builders was, I would say maybe, I'm gonna take half of the blame, 50-50, because I didn't do my proper due diligence on informing or educating myself on everything that went into building a website. Like I said, I had money and just wanted to get a website built because that's what I wanted. And there's a lot more that go into that. But they didn't help, man. In the agreement, and that was a neighborhood guy, but I also had issues with so-called businesses who were promoting themselves as website builders. Had issues with them too. And you would sign an agreement. And an agreement would have so many provisions in there. Then when you start calling, saying this is not right, that is not right, slowly they stop. From the rip, the communication is bad. I lucked up with this last company that I was introduced to, which is called Finally Free Productions. Communication has been great. The overall experience has been great. But before then, dealing with a lot of these website builders, it seemed like it was the same thing. The communication was terrible. And after you have spent your money with these guys. Now they give you the first reiteration of the project, the first version of the project. Tell you, if anything's wrong, just call me and we'll make all the updates. When you start calling them saying, well, I didn't ask for this, or could you change this, or could you change that? Now they slowly, that communication slowly gets a little bit more hectic, where they're not answering your calls as quickly as they were answering your calls. And the experience just goes downhill from there, man. I could say maybe a good 5 to 6 website businesses that were promoting website building services. I invested in websites, and to this day, I don't have not one website that's up from any of them companies, or if they did produce the website, there were some issues after the website, and this is why I say I kind of blame myself. I'm gonna give you guys a story about a website that I'm not even gonna tell you how much money I spent for it. We're not even gonna get into that. But to make a long story short, I didn't know nothing about having a maintenance, I don't want to say maintenance crew, a maintenance plan for any maintenance issues that might occur with the website. Never took that into consideration, and the website builders never brought it up. Which, this is your industry. You might have thought, because I went into this contract or this agreement telling them I didn't really have any experience about building a website or everything that it took to maintain the upkeep of the website. You would think, since they're in this industry, they would say, well, you know you're going to need maintenance on the website, so what is your plan for maintenance? Meaning any issues that might occur with the website. That never came up. And I thought I didn't think that was good business. I think when you're dealing with a novice, a person who doesn't have any experience, and you're offering these services, at least mention it, even if you don't offer a maintenance service. At least mention it to the customer that you're going to need maintenance in terms of building your website, especially back then. Fast forward to 2026, you don't have to worry about any of these issues now, because these platforms offer everything that you're going to need to keep your website up and running. But I just wanted to share that, man. You know, I hear so many stories about the record company being the music industry being shady in terms of their contracts. Man, it's the same thing with the tech industry, man. 2026, you don't have as much because, like I said, these platforms today, man, they offer, it's a one-stop shop, man. You get everything. You can have your website built up and running, and especially if you know what you want, in a matter of a half an hour in terms of designing it. And you have the AI website builders that'll design your whole site out, so you have a clear vision of what you want, it'll be up and running like that, you know. So it's a little different these days, man. But coming through, that was a rough experience. That was a rough experience. It definitely was. So I feel your pain when it comes to the record industry, even though some of you guys are saying you're still going through it to this day, which I totally don't understand now, because evidently you didn't listen to the past mistakes of artists who paved the way before you, all the mistakes they made. But there's different reasons why people sign contracts, and you just got to understand all that hidden language, or those big words that you might not understand. It's good to have a lawyer. It's good to have somebody who does understand it before you sign on the dotted line. All right. It's your man FashComp Kevin. It's a beautiful day here in the city of Philadelphia, city of brotherly love. Just wanted to come out and share some content about my trials and tribulations going through the tech industry in terms of getting a website built and the upkeep of a website. That I don't really have to go through those issues now, because I have an amazing team that I'm working with, man, called Finally Free Production. They just do a great job. But I just thought I'd share that with you guys. And as always, man, please subscribe to the channel at FashComp. Please hit that like button if you enjoyed the content that I shared with you guys today. Please turn on your notification bell, or hit that notification bell, so every time I drop a video, you guys will be notified. And as always, man, make sure you enjoy your Sunday. It's a beautiful day here in the city of Philadelphia. I hope it's beautiful wherever you are. If it's not, still make it a beautiful day and enjoy it. All right? Till tomorrow when we drop some more content, because this is every day. We're not stopping. We bring you guys content day in and day out. All right? It's all about FashComp, too. Today we veered off a little bit, but it all came back to FashComp, because when we met Finally Free Productions, or we were introduced to Finally Free Productions in 2018, that's when the ship started to sell, or our ship started to sell in the same direction. And it's been a beautiful relationship ever since, and hopefully going into the future, the relationship is going to stay solid and keep growing, which I definitely think it is, with FashComp and Finally Free Productions. All right? As always, man, you know, once again, man, enjoy your day, man. It's FashComp Cat. Peace.